What's up everybody, Arrg the Pirate here, and today we're gonna play a little Grim.exe in that dual lane, and guys, I'm gonna do my best with this. Now, let's get into the deck. I have Auto Health Potion, Ruthless, Mana Generator, Piercing Basic, Critical Hits, and lastly Auto Shield for my gems. Now, for my cards, I have Demolitionist, Outlander Scout, Nitroboost, Blitzrush, Overclocked Droid, Pressure Hunter, Swift Hunter, Heavy Hitter, Trapper, one of the Tribe, and lastly Shatter Golem. Now guys, I'm not even qualified to play Grim, but hey, we're gonna give it a shot. And we are facing a Yin and Narbash, which, you know, hey, this is awesome. This is a perfect game for me, because, hey, two melees in that duo lane, I feel, you know, I feel that they just don't have a strong impact. Although Narbash, you know, being a melee support, he starts out very strong. He's got a great stun, but, you know, having that melee carry, especially since they push this lane a little bit, we're going to be able to starve them quite a bit, and there's not a whole lot they can do, even though Yin does have some range. Now, guys, again, I'm not very good with Grim, and learning how to play Grim well definitely takes a little bit of practice. Getting that shield, you know, using it in the right times, which I think I do it once this game. Now, we did have a bit of a miscommunication with our steal. You know, we should have focused that Yin, and we would have been able to take her out. But, hey, no problem. You know, we got both of them very unhealthy, which Narbash, with his heal, he's going to be able to heal that up quite a bit. But the good thing is, he's going to be out of mana. And, hey, you know, we should have capitalized on a kill there, but really pushing them back and forcing Narbash to, you know, run out of mana, this is awesome. You know, he's not going to be able to use that thunk. So next time we do get an engagement, hey, this is going to be GG. Now, we are going to, you know, try to slow farm this as much as possible. And with Yin, you know, she's poking this wave, and, you know, we've definitely got the superiority on our side. So we're going to have to shove this lane if we can't get them to fight. But hey, you know, our steal did a great job there. You know, that stun was awesome. We're going to be able to wrap up that Yin kill. You know, awesome. And so from here, let's push this lane, guys. Let's get this lane under tower, and, you know, let's get the lane to reset. You can see we've got a pretty big minion wave. This is going to naturally push. There's no reason for me to slow farm now, because the lane's going to shove into tower. I'm going to go ahead, grab my gold buff, and then try to get some poke onto the enemy tower. But again, guys, there's no reason to slow farm. Now, I don't know what Narbash was thinking. You know, Yin and Narbash, you know, and Yin makes another critical error here. She's chasing the steal. She's very bloodthirsty for steal, and guys, you know, we start out with 3 kills. You know, this is rough. You know, that was a poor decision on Narbash. She should have just let us poke this tower. At this low stage, we wouldn't have been able to down this tower. And, you know, Yin chasing steal, you know, I was at full health. Even if she was able to kill steal, she would have died for it. And hey, you know, we got a couple of kills early on, and you know, this duo lane is it's not looking good so far, but this is going to allow me to back, and I'm actually farmed up enough to put on Blitzrush. Now, I highly recommend putting on Blitzrush with Grim. It is an amazing card, even though I almost never use it. Guys, I don't like actives. I'm so bad with actives. But this, if you really want to practice with Grim and get better with him, I highly recommend putting on Blitzrush, because he doesn't have an escape. You know, he can dodge an ability, but everything he does slows him down. You know, his ultimate makes him stop. His slowdown thing makes him slow down. You know, everything he does slows him. So I would highly recommend putting on a card that gives him some decent mobility, and Blitzrush is definitely a decent card for that mobility. Now, my Kallari is heading over from the jungle, and, you know, hey, we're gonna get a pretty decent gank. Kind of waiting for him to get into position, or her to get into position, and then we're gonna go ahead and just capitalize on this. And guys, let's focus this Yin. Let's try to take Yin out. But hey, she dips out. We can definitely get Narbash, or, you know, hopefully both. But, you know, Yin, it does manage to get out. I tried to use that blast back, but you know, she went a little different direction. Now that blast back, guys, this bomb, whatever it's called, how it works is it radiates out from where it lands. So if you're standing, if you want to knock an enemy away from you, you need to put it on the ground in between you two. If you want to knock an enemy towards you, you need to try to get it on the other side of them. And, you know, it also blows them from side to side. You know, it knocks them away right and left. So the positioning on that displacement bomb is key. And it takes a little bit to get used to. We do make a pretty good play with it in a little bit. But guys, you know, that was pure luck. So, the displacement bomb definitely takes a little bit to get used to. And it can be used as a very, very solid tool to help, you know, kind of boop an enemy out and, you know, allow you to get that damage on them. Now, it's pretty standard laning stuff from here. You know, we're going to push this lane, get it pushing back, you know, back and forth, back and forth. And, you know, guys, we're slow farming. And this is really stealing the farm from the enemy. You know, Yin did manage to pick up the gold buff, but that's quite alright. You can see my wave is stacking up, and this is huge. Now, we're going to go ahead and engage onto both of Yin and that Narbash, you know, get a little poke damage on them. I used that ultimate on Yin, and guys, you know, it didn't do a whole lot, but hey, she ends up coming in, and, you know, hey, we're going to take her out, and then Narbash is a goner as well. You know, that they're having that melee and that, or two melee heroes in this duo lane, it's a bad situation. You know, we haven't had any jungle rotation from the enemy jungler, and that's also affecting it. You know, they've got a few things working against them, but they're just playing a little too aggressive. And you can see we're able to down this tower at 8 minutes, which is one of the fastest times I've downed a tower since we've switched to that duo lane. And, you know, is what it is, but now, you know, we've significantly starved Yin, and, you know, you can see our wave is pushed all the way up, so this is going to allow us to pick up pretty much a free Fang at 8 minutes in, guys, and you know, hey, this is substantial. Now, I think I'm going to start doing a play of the game thing, like Overwatch. I might have to actually look into that, because we get this awesome bomb onto this Grux. Look at that, guys. That displacement bomb. Most perfect placed thing I've ever done in Paragon. That was just such a luck shot, guys. But you can see that displacement bomb can be used to push an enemy towards you, and then, you know, if your team tees off on them, takes them out, no problem. And that was an incredible play. You know, we did an awesome job there, and we were actually able to take down that T1 in mid, which the enemy team is running a Muriel in mid lane, which, you know, I have been challenged to do that. I don't really think that's a viable option anymore, but hey, is what it is. Now, if I could aim, we would take this Yin out right here, but guys, my aim, we end up taking her out, but I go down. I don't want to talk about it. Please don't comment on that. It was terrible. I know it, and I feel bad for it. But is what it is, guys. Now, we did get our first death, and like I said, if we could aim, hey, that would have been easy peasy. But you can really see the power of Muriel. You know, Muriel, the few shots that I did hit, Muriel's shield, you know, absorbed them. And that's why Muriel can play mid lane. She's able to ult over and things like that. But I really think if you've got a strong mid laner, they will be able to handle her pretty well. Now, Grim's ultimate does work with line of sight. You have to have some vision on the enemy, and you can see we grab it here on Muriel. We're able to lock on. And guys, there are some structures that his bomb can go through and some that it can't. The pillars beside the inhibs, the ones that you can kind of, that column that you can jump down to go into the jungle, it blows up on those, which so I'm not exactly sure which structures it can go through, but you saw it went through the ground and the wall there, so there's some things that it can go through, some that it can't. Not exactly sure. It seems kind of finicky to me, but hey, you know, use that line of sight, try to snag that, and you can even use that to grab onto an invis Kalari, and if you're locked on, even if they go invis, you'll still hit them. Now I'm trying to get that Narbash, and you can see, guys, you're completely immobile when you use that, and it actually takes, you know, a second to activate and a second to deactivate. So when you use your ultimate, you are just completely vulnerable to everything. And, you know, that's another thing. I just don't really care more about Grim, but hey, we were pushed up a little bit too far. Let's rotate. Let's go get Fang. Let's make a play happen elsewhere. And sure enough, we head to the Prime Pit. Now, Muriel does dip in to kind of look at it, so we're going to disengage from Fang. We don't want someone to steal it. We don't want the enemy team to collapse. And I'm going to wait for Kalari to go invis. You know, we're in comms. And sure enough, we're going to melt this Muriel. And she does ult away. I'm able to get that ultimate off. And check it out, guys. You can't run from that bomb. We're able to take her out. You know, awesome. We shut her down. You know, that is one way to counter that ultimate. But from here, hey, we can pick up a very easy Fang. Grux did just come back online, but hey, we took their Muriel out of this fight, and this should open us up to get a free Fang, or maybe even get that Winion Wave on the tower. Now, we are going to lose our T1 in the duo lane for Fang. Guys, that's completely okay. Don't worry about losing towers. You know, losing towers is... T1s are designed to fall. And from here, we're going to go ahead and collapse onto this Yin. Now, she is kind of being tricky, so, you know, we got to pay attention to what's going on. I'm just going to say, hey, you know, y'all stay down there. I'm going to go up to the top. She's going to make the mistake jumping down, and, you know, sure enough, we're able to take her out no problem. I go ahead and hit that bomb, which that bomb will zip to her once yeah, you saw it there. It zipped to her once her ultimate goes away, and then we're going to actually head back to our T2 and get it set in the right direction. You know, we might have got a substantial amount of damage all messing with Yin like that, but, you know, that's okay. We shut the ADC down again. You know, that was a pretty big team effort for one hero, but at this point, we definitely want to keep the ADC shut down, especially since I feel Yin is probably a stronger ADC than Grim, and they also are running a Seraph. And so with having two melee ADCs, you know, they could really punish me hard. And I need to, you know, just try to shut them down as much as possible. So along with our play of the game, I think I've got to do a fail of the game, right? And this is definitely it coming up, guys. Oh, this Naresh, feels bad, man. Yin shows up and just, they delete me. Guys, I've got Blitzrush. I don't know why I don't use it. Yeah, well, I do know. I'm terrible. But hey, oh, feels bad. Well, we might not have been able to escape that. You know, Yin is pretty tricky to get away from, but oh, feels bad. Hey, the fail of the game, but is what it is. I've got to show off these deaths, right? Now from here, we go ahead, throw on Shatter Golem. We've still got our Blitzrush. You know, you can really build Grim pretty much standard as a typical carry. You know, you can put something like Atomic Soldier on him and make him more of a burst damage, but really, if I'm the carry, I want my damage to come from my basic attacks. If I'm going to be a caster, I want it to come from, you know, my casted abilities. Now Yin does head in, and, you know, hey, we're going to do some work on her. Muriel does show up, but we should be able to take one of them out, hopefully. And I'm going to wait for that shield to, you know, give it a little time. Sure enough, it goes away. We're able to take out Yin. So, hey, great play all around. You know, that Wraith ultimate really saved us to where we could stay out in the open without taking damage. You know, if we would have stayed there, Muriel might have been able to poke me down. But no problem. Shut down Yin again. And I'm going to go ahead and head back to base and just top off with health. You know, the way our lanes are set right now, you know, I felt kind of we were going to push unsafe, and I would rather just go top off on health and kind of get things, you know, situated elsewhere, and then go and make a prime play. Now, sure enough, we pick up prime. You know, it is pretty much uncontested. I'm not exactly sure if those bombs get deflected from, you know, with my shield. You know, I tried it. I don't know if it actually works, but it looked like it might have. Seraph heads in, and guys, you can see I'm focused on that Muriel. I've got Blitzrush again, guys. You know, I wouldn't have been able to get out of that situation. You know, with our steel you know, our steel was concentrated on the tower a little bit. You know, we didn't really have any peel, and you know, Seraph is one of those heroes that you know, she can just straight up delete people, but is what it is. Now, our steel, you know, he ends up going in and actually frontlining this fight, and you can see they flip this fight around. You know, we've shut them down, and with Narvash's ultimate, you know, getting used fairly early on in that fight, we're actually going to turn this fight quite around, and we end up getting a 3 down and a T2 for, you know, 2 heroes. So it was a decent engagement. Now we are going to end up heading over back to our lane. You can see both our duo lane and our solo lane are kind of pushing against us. We need to get them set in the right direction. And I'm just gonna get this lane set, guys. You know, I don't really want to mess with it, but I'm going to kind of slow farm it, and then I end up setting that next wave. Now the enemy team ended up picking up Fangtooth, which, you know, that hurts us, but hey, that's quite alright. We're going to end up dipping out, and you see we actually use Blitzrush there. I'm going to get to a safer location, and then we're going to engage on this Yin. And, you know, guys, I hurt right now. And you see, we're able to flip that fight, and, you know, Yin's going to be forced to back. And you can see, everything slows Grim down, guys. I don't like it. But we end up figuring out how to cancel an ability. We get that great ultimate onto Narbash and lets my team finish him off. We end up taking out Muriel as well. And then from here, push mid lane. You know, it should be a pretty easy mid lane tower. My team was able to wrap up that Seraph kill in the jungle there as well. So, you know, we're going to just get a free inhib here. With Yin pushing that lane, you know, she's not really paying attention to what's going on. With her full team down, you know, she definitely should back. But, hey, if she stays out of position, we'll go take care of her as well. Now, I am in comms with my team, so, you know, I tell them, hey, y'all go solo lane, or y'all go duo lane. I'm going to head over to the solo lane and wait for Shimby to get this lane pushed to the tower, and we'll go ahead and down this other inhib. And, you know, hey, we've done a really great job of putting them on staggered deaths, you know, getting these kills. You know, Grux is here, so let's go ahead and throw our ultimate down so it can start recharging. And then, you know, with all them showing up, we need to get out. I'm going to go ahead and use my Blitzrush once that slow wears out. Use that disorient bomb, displacement bomb. Use Blitzrush, use Nitroboost, and then we can get out of this. Now, Muriel's chasing pretty hard. I'm saying, hey, we could flip this fight, you know. They're pushed up pretty far. We might be able to flip it, but we decided just, hey, let's get out, and with that Wraith ultimate, let's just go ahead and back. You know, none of us are really healthy and have enough mana to really do anything, so it's best just to back up and, you know, yeah, get out. Now, I do end up lazy backing here, and guys, I really gotta work on lazy backing. Yeah, I get punished so bad for lazy backing, but it is what it is, I guess. We end up picking up our 4th Fangtooth, which, you know, hey, that's great. And then Muriel ends up jumping down, so, hey, let's punish Muriel. Guys, me and Kalari, we just absolutely delete her. And then, you know, hey, we're gonna go ahead and start making some progress in this mid lane. Now, guys, I do have Trapper in this deck, and one reason I haven't really put on Trapper is because, you know, Grim kind of has a built-in Trapper mechanic, you know, with that slow bullet, whatever it's called. And so I don't know if Trapper would be just the most efficient card on him, but, you know, hey, it could work. I think building him as a full damage dealer tank, that's the way I prefer. But like I said, you can build him with something like Atomic Soldier, go more into intellect if you really want to focus on spamming your abilities. Now the team ended up surrendering, and I finally got a Grim match made. Well, we did it. We did get the Grim match, so I really hope y'all enjoyed. Oh, I'm so bad with them, guys. But if you did, show me some love. Leave me a comment. Think about subscribing. Join our Discord if you haven't done it. I'd love to play with some of y'all. And as always, guys, I'll see y'all in the next video.